Hello, darlings. In this video, I want to talk about Chaos Artistry, which is my upcoming program. And in this video, basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you some insight, give you a sneak peek into the energy of the program and what it entails. Now, first off, you want to look at the artwork of the program, because it's so symbolic and so perfectly in alignment with what the training is all about. And it's fascinating to know that when I created the artwork for the training, I didn't really know what it was about. Like I didn't know too much about the training, first of all. And then I didn't know what I was going to draw, what I was going to create. I just started creating. I leaped into the unknown and I let myself create the unimaginable, something that I had not foreseen. And this is the first thing that I want you to remember, because that's what you are going to achieve and what you're going to be experimenting with, tapping into this power that you have to create the unimaginable and not limit yourself in the imaginable. And you will see how fascinating you will blow your own mind of what you can achieve. Achieving either something that you didn't think possible, or sometimes just achieving something that makes so fucking perfect sense to what you're doing and what it's becoming, that you couldn't have anticipated it before. And without thinking of what you're going to be doing, like leaving the mind behind, not creating from the mind, but rather from your talent within, you create something that's like exactly what it was supposed to be. But you only know it now. You couldn't have known it before. So that's a pretty good intro altogether. Okay, so I was saying about this artwork. When you look at it, I want you to actually look at it. And you will see a few things happening. Like, are you seeing the face? Are you seeing the rose, or are you just seeing the chaos? So basically there are three things happening there in one. And I want you to pay close attention. I don't know how much you have been paying attention to the image, but now that I told you to pay attention, are you seeing more than you were seeing before? This is such an important thing of creating something that has so much depth. You may like it at first glance. You may not like it. I don't know. It can give you a sense of something, a feeling. But when you look at it closely, and maybe sometimes it's just such a gibberish that you don't know what the fuck is this, but it's getting your attention specifically because it makes no fucking sense. What is there? And when you pay close attention, you start to see, to actually notice so many other things going on. So I'm going to be looking at the artwork myself right now. You may see the chaos, it's pretty obvious, right? You may see also the rose. The chaos is basically in the flower. Like if you look down, you can see like the stem, I think it's called, or the not exactly sure. English is not my first language, and I don't know plants. I did not do biology in English. And there's this leaf, but then on the left side of the image, in the corner, you can see a profile of a woman. It's a face. And so, again, what is representative of the program from this artwork is that it has so much more depth than it may seem at first glance. You will be going so deep within you, you cannot even fathom it right now. Then the face represents you. And then you can see that this chaos is kind of happening, like all the swirly things that make kind of no sense, is all of this is happening kind of around the head, the mind, right? And they seem like they are kind of untangling a bit. It's kind of like having a knot that is very tight, but then when you start to untangle it, you pull the threads just tiny bit here, tiny bit there, so that you can release them. You are basically untangling it. And that's what we're doing. We're unprogramming your mind that has been like this. We are untangling it. Now this also is blooming into this rose. All of this deprogramming that we're doing is basically blooming. It's making you bloom. Do you see how beautiful everything connects? So this is the artwork that tells a story of what is happening throughout the program. The other thing that I want to say about this is there are two main chapters. So the program is divided in two main chapters. And one of them, it's called Into the Chaos, but it's also called Step Within. Into the Chaos is basically you getting to get acquainted with the chaos, because what's happening, we have been taught that rules are good, and rules are actually helping you make predefined decisions, basically. So you don't need to make decisions on your own because you're making them because that's a rule. So you're supposed to do this. Now you're not even doing this, like having all this thought process, like it's just happening automatically because we've been trained to do so. And so it's easier to have a path when you have so many rules, because it's like, oh, I know what I have to do because those rules are guiding me. So what if we ditch all the fucking rules? That's what we're doing in the first step of Into the Chaos. We are stepping into the chaos. At first, without rules, it seems fucking chaotic. Nobody knows what the fuck is happening. But in the midst of that chaos, kind of like how 2020 was, the year, you want to learn to find your anchor, because your anchor is within you. It's not outside there anywhere. It's within you. It does not matter what's happening outside, if there are rules, if there are no rules. But first you want to ditch the rules in order to see that you have power, you have your own sovereignty and your decision making without the rules. Like, you don't need the rules to guide you. You can take responsibility for your own decisions. And I mean this in life, but also specifically in this case, related to your career, to your creation, to your artwork. So getting comfortable in the uncomfortable. And debunking, is that the word, some of the myths that go around artists, that are actually some core beliefs that are ingrained in artists that are holding you back. So ditching all those shitty rules and being comfortable in the uncomfortable, in the chaos. This is what we're doing. We're stepping into the chaos, but finding the anchor within. because that's where our sovereignty is, our power is. And only when you're able to do that, you can actually step without. That's the second part, the second chapter, which is called chaos precision. Once you have seen, you have gotten a glance of, it's not even a glance because you're not looking at it, you're actually feeling it, you're experimenting it. This, what power actually is, and just how much you are. How beautifully unique you are. And how it's going to shift the perspective of what you think you've been doing so far, what you think you're supposed to be doing, and what you think your talent is. It's so much more than that. So much more specific, and at the same time, it's so much more freeing and experimental. But we're going to get to that into the program. And only when you are so tightly connected to this within you, to your talent basically, to who you are, your own self-expression, is when it actually can come out at its full potential. And you can express it with the world. And you will be able to hold this anchor no matter what's happening, no matter the client, no matter the brief, no matter the circumstances. You are always going to be able to tap into this most potent version of your talent to deliver that, because you're not creating for the client, you're not creating for yourself either. The ego is going to go away. It's going to just, you're going to leave it at the door, at the threshold, before you come into this program, before you step into chaos artistry. You have to be willing to let go of the ego. You are so important in, like, your artwork is personal because that's why you're doing, you are the channel, the unique channel of what you create. But in the same time, it has nothing to do with you. It's not for you. It's not even for the client. It's for no one. It's for the artwork itself, for the mastery of the artwork itself, for it to be the most potent that it can be at that particular point in time. And that's what we are fucking creating in chaos artistry. Going beyond creating from the mind, going beyond what seems like, going beyond the human, going beyond what it's normal in the industry. We don't fucking care about the industry. You are becoming your own industry. We are mostly talking about all of this energetically, like, how is this happening? Why? So you understand how things actually work. But besides all this, we're going to put it into actual practice, obviously, in you creating this brand around your own unique talent, and how to package it, how to sell it, how to create an experience around it, and everything else. And that's it, guys. So if you dare make this step, start this new year with a bang, take a risk or don't. It's your choice. But for the risk takers, I'm here and I'm waiting for you in chaos artistry. Bye, guys.